All right, guys. Oh man, this is going to be terribly shaky.
Yeah, and you may actually trip and die here.
We are in the Highlands, the legendary Highlands of Scotland.
In Glencoe.
We are indeed.
We're in Glencoe.
And we're going to be having a little bit of a road trip with the car right there. You may notice the trunk is open. That's inexplicable. Nobody knows why that is. But we're going to have a good time. Something I'll mention now, but probably will go more in depth in a different video, or maybe later in this video, is in Scotland, you in fact have the right to roam anywhere that's out, just in public, right?
Yeah.
You can go more in depth on it. Explain it to the layman.
You know, all land is public land. So even in big country estates that are owned by millionaires, you have the right to roam freely and explore the countryside. And so we're practicing that now.
My friend Jack here is exercising his right to drone. He's one of the leading proponents in all of Scotland for the right to drone anywhere that you please. All right, we are in front of the world famous Harry Potter Bridge. Tell us more, Jack.
Yeah, it's the Harry Potter Bridge, and it's called Glenfinnan Viaduct. And trains go across it.
Yeah, you can still actually even ride the Harry Potter train, I believe, right?
Yeah.
But I think it might not be running right now. I saw something on an online advertisement that said that, so I don't know if that's true. But
yeah, I don't know. I think it's maybe off for today. But for a decent amount of money, you can get an authentic wizarding experience. I don't know if they have chocolate toads, and I don't think they'd let you buy everything from the commissary cart. But yeah, you can relive out your Harry Potter fantasies on this bridge.
Here in Scotland.
In the West Highlands.
And if you want to learn more about Scotland, I know the perfect place for you.
Aussie in Scotland on YouTube. Subscribe. Link in description. Link in description.
Do it now.
Do it now.
I'm very much not a Harry Potter fan, but at one of the parks where they have the Harry Potter world, I took on my phone the wizarding quiz to be placed in your house, and I was placed in Hufflepuff, if that means anything to anybody out there.
I was Hogwarts.
Oh, you actually did it?
No, wait, no, I was Gryffindor. Hogwarts is school.
He was Gryffindor.
I don't know what that means.
Typical. We know what that means, Jack.
The good guys?
Basic.
I think they're the good guys. I don't know, it's less losery than Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I don't
having to tell people you're a Hufflepuff. Yeah, it's kind of cringe.
Yeah. We know at the end the good guys were Slytherin the whole time. We are here at both of our official first Highland Games. We're right at the end of the festivities. There's some bagpiping going on. So, Jack, where are we? Who's the clan that this is all about?
We're in Arasig in the Western Highlands. You can see Skye in the distance, which is our destination. And this is apparently a Clan Ranald gathering.
Aye, Clan Ranald.
Clan Ranald.
You know, there's a saying they have here in Scotland. They have it in Wales, but I think they have it here too. You can never take our freedom. All right, let's go over there. I've got a point to make about a flag. So directly behind me, you can see the Scottish flag, but as well, you can see a North Carolinian flag. And an interesting fact that I've learned since coming here is actually the second largest Highland Games in the world is apparently held in North Carolina, USA, because of the large Scottish diaspora. So there you go. It represents, even here, at the Clan Ranald gathering. One thing I genuinely like about the specific location we're at is that directly behind us, over here, you can kind of see a little bit of it, there is a golf course, which is a Scottish game. A quintessentially Scottish game. There it is. Yeah, it's the Scottish game. So says Jack, directly behind you right there is a golf course. Tell me the entire history of golf and how it relates to Scottish culture.
I don't know, one day I think they probably just thought it would be a fun thing to hit some rocks with some sticks, and it probably just evolved from there. I read a book on this once, it was a long time ago, and all the haggis and tenants has ruined my brain.
Well, directly next to the Highland Games that we were just at, we are now down at the beach. The water is beautiful. It's very, very clear. Yeah, crystal clear, as Jack might say. And it is a little bit rocky, seashelly, but it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Stick a finger in the water. Tell us what the temperature is. You don't have to stick your whole shoe in, Jack.
It's quite cool, but not too cold.
Not too cold? Okay.
Not too cold. You could swim in this if you comfortable.
Yeah, there's a lot of people swimming in it over there.
Yeah. I will swim in Skye. Over
Alright.
there, over yonder, and I'll return to Arasay.
We are definitively in the Highlands now. We are in a treeless landscape. And out there, we have spotted some ruins. And ideally, we're gonna walk our way out there. Jack is scouting them with the drone as we speak. So, hopefully, we'll be over there soon. We are each attempting to cross the river in our own ways. This one, I use these. They're pretty good jumps. Jackie's using that one. He's getting it. I think he got a little wet on his boots though. But we are exercising right here in.
It could be that this has collapsed and was a house, but given we have these kind of windows here that touch the ground, I think that over time, not only have the rocks fallen down and the grass has grown, but well, that has shown that this was probably a church. By the shape of it, I think so, but it could have just been a house where the symmetrical roof on this side has collapsed completely, whereas on this side it's fine.
I'm thinking it might even be maybe a house, but also like a barn / house where they might have kept hay on a second floor.
Yeah.
So Jack, I have a quick question. Maybe you can explain something to me very loudly.
Yeah.
That flower right there behind you in this Highland clearance house, what is that?
That is the thistle, which is the national flower of Scotland. We'll go over to it.
This is actual pure coincidence.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it because it's quite sharp or jaggy, as we would say in Scotland. But this is the national flower of Scotland.
Bend
You
down
see-
like David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Look towards the camera.
You'll see that they have these long, jaggy green stems with a kind of green bulb and a purple crown on the top, and that's what this is the thistle. But you don't want to touch this because it'll prick you. It'll give you a little prick.
And like you said, national flower of Scotland. Right here
Yeah.
in the ruins in Scottish history, there's a tree growing at the top of this one now.
Yeah, it shows you how long this has been abandoned for.
And
Hundreds
right here.
of years.
Got another tree going.
Yeah.
Something I think I noticed when we first came in here that's kind of cool is this little section right here where they really improvised to get this in place. Maybe it means something. I'm not an archaeologist, unfortunately. So I don't know what that would be, but it was very eye-catching for me. So we're both not really sure what this is. The stones are very clearly shaped. There's no real indication of what this could possibly have ever been. There might even be a cave leading under the ground, which if that's true, maybe this is back to pagan times, but that'd be pretty fucking old.
Yeah, it would be remarkable if this was pagan times, because these houses over here were probably abandoned at some point in the 1700s, 1800s. But it's possible that they were living next to some kind of structure that may even have looked like this back then. It looks almost like an altar. It kind of looks like Lion King-esque. Yeah, there's no telling what this could have been, but it certainly does look man-made. We have a river that comes down from one of the mountains. You can't really see it there, but you can see it here behind us. And there's no telling how long that river's been here, or this burn. It may have changed course over the the last couple of centuries, but it's a good indication of what people here might have used for well, to drink, their water source. In many other countries, and not just medieval times but beyond, water might not have been safe to drink, even running water, so they would have turned it into a light beer. But Lane made the very good point that around here wheat and barley might be difficult things to come by. This exactly, well, it isn't exactly the best type of land for farming, which is probably one of the reasons that people were turfed out in favour of sheep instead. So yeah, this little ravine, this burn that we've struggled to cross and got very wet shoes from, would have been the drinking source of this village or hamlet or collection of couple of houses. I'll show you it now. Well, I'll turn the camera.
All right, this is our final obstacle. Blue car, that's our car. That's the objective. It's pretty shallow here. Jack says we redirect the river. We're gonna move this stone to there.
Yeah, I think we learn from beavers. We build a dam, and we use that to cross. And then once we're across, we try and destroy the dam because we don't want to fuck with the river too much.
This will be the third greatest Scottish engineering project ever.
Yeah.
We all know the first two. No need to mention them.
Yeah. Well, it's there's one thing we're good at. It's building bridges.
Anybody know what these plants are? This white? Pick one up real quick.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what these are? If so, let me know down in the comments, especially if you're Scottish.
Lane is off to go and find a more suitable crossing point because our attempts to make a bridge have failed spectacularly. His second time he's going to hop, skip and a jump from over on these little small moss islands, and I think I'm just going to cave and get soaking wet by walking through this. So let me take you through this. This is against all of my better judgment. I don't have great judgment at the best of times, but that was poor. As you can see, I am sodden. But we haven't harmed the natural flow of the river, as you can see. All is well, and Lane there is on his way, on his great expedition for a safer route. But he's not too confident in it because he has handed me his phone and the car keys because I think he is afraid that he may slip, fall and end up in the river. Willie, give us your comment down below. Guess before he does it. And yeah, we'll see him on the other side. So this is Lane in his great attempt to cross.
I feel like that's gonna be mud too. Go down. Oh, it is. Sometimes you use the route less traveled. Some might call it the monkey path. Fuck, how did I do this? Oh, I did there to there, huh?
There's a man that's regretting his life choices. It might look like that is a bridge across, but it's not. It very much is separate islands separated by fairly deep water, actually. You can't see how deep that is, but it does go quite deep.
Yeah, this jump I'm about to do, this time from a lower elevation. Oh man, I don't think I'm making this. I got like 2 feet of water under me. Yeah, Brad.
Okay, we're going to give Elaine a chance to recover, and we'll hopefully see him on the other side. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh man, my shoes are clean, my ass is wet. Don't know how that happened.
Turn around.
Oh. Actually, my shoes might be wet too. Not my best moment, guys.
There's a lesson in this, and it's don't bring only one pair of shoes on a Scottish outdoor vacation. And now we have another jump, this time from a high elevation point, but mud.
This one's the easy
Oh,
one.
we got that. Okay, and then this bit's shallow. You can easily.
Yeah, I even got some rocks here.
Yeah, you've
I
got.
prepped this last time around.
You have a pre-built bridge.
What? What?
There we go. We have victory. Anything
If
you
can
want to
call
say?
it Pyrrhic victory, but victory nonetheless. I conquered you, Scotland. Not even 100 meters from the car, I jumped onto this thing, and you can see that hole in the green. It did this. Not happy. The inside of my boots weren't super wet. This one is now. Not great. But life does go on here in the Highlands, despite what the English may do, despite what the bogs may do. Life carries on. Life finds a way. And now you find a way to subscribe down in the comments below. Have a wonderful day. Long live Scotland. Scotland forever! Jack, where are we?
We're at Eilean Donan Castle on it's
Say it with a man voice.
we're on Eilean Donan Castle on Loch Duick near Isle of Skye. We're on the way to the Skye Bridge, but we can't quite make it because we keep stopping for ridiculous reasons, like to go to a castle late at night.
Tell them our summary of reasons.
Well, we've picked up hitchhikers. We've stopped
Three
hitchhikers. We've stopped to look at a Harry Potter bridge. We trampled through a bog to see a Highland clearance village, and now we're here.
The road directed us down a horse trail,
Yeah.
probably.
And I think we've probably destroyed our rental car. But we are here.
And we found an abandoned car.
Yeah.
Nearly flipped on its side.
Naturally, we had to check and make sure there was
Survivors.
Nobody hurt. And survivors, yeah. There was no one in it. That was fine. But yeah, this is the latest in a myriad of stops before we reach this bridge to take us to Skye, where we should have been at 5 p.m. today, and it is now 20 to 11 at night. So we fucked around a little bit, but we're here.
Now we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. We're here at one of the most stunning and famous castles in Scotland, Eilean Donan, which has played host to many a film cruise, and yeah, it's famous. You'll recognise this from some portion of the internet or a film or TV show.
If
We're gonna
people
go
wanted to learn more about the history of Scotland, Jack, where could they do that?
They could do that by looking up Ossian on YouTube and all good platforms, and you'll find myself and my colleague Gavin exploring Scotland and telling fantastic stories. Maybe we'll even come here one day.
We have some really cool historic artillery pieces. I don't unfortunately see any information about them though. This is really good lighting you're in, Jack.
Yeah, we think perhaps World War One. This obviously a medieval castle, very easily defendable from medieval armies. You've got three sides, the water, the loch, and on one side you have a very narrow bridge with a kind of small moat. But in the First World War and Second World War, a lot of castles across Scotland were kind of taken over by the Ministry of Defence to defend key structures and areas in Scotland.
You said moat. Would some people maybe call it a motte?
They'd maybe call it a motte.
Motte and
You'd have a bailey
Baileys.
at some point at it. But a lot of castles were used to defend rivers, like on the Forth, Inchcolm Abbey was used to defend from potential German submarines. And this might have been the same, to stop attacks from the west, possibly sailing up the west coast towards, I don't know, Scapa Flow, or towards Inverness, or even south towards Glasgow. So this might be why there are artillery here, or it might just be in commemoration of the men from the local area who died in the First and Second World Wars, which is why we have a war memorial here, which most villages in Scotland will have.
This is Jack's first time living La Vida Loca, just lifestyle. How do you like sleeping in the car like a homeless, Jack?
Well, I've never slept in the trunk of a car before, and the only time I've ever slept in a car is when you're a kid and you fall asleep and your parents carry you to your bed and it's seamless. But right now I think I'm going to spend the night in the trunk of this SUV, and I'm 6'2", and the car is certainly not 6'2", so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll report back to you in the AM.
That's right.
when we're forced to leave this spot.
When the police tell us that this is a passing spot.
The police tell us there's homes nearby. Which there are.
And they're scared.
Yeah. Well, me and my zebra duvet, we're going to bed.
The fuck is that light?
It's in the boot.
Oh.
Oh, this isn't actually too bad at all. It's actually pretty good.
Good night.